Good morning, everybody. So I have on my fancy pool hat today. Fancy's, I'm probably using that a little hot and fast here with the fancy. But anyway, I found this in my little thingy and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna wear that out today. So today, we're gonna talk about something that I found to be super important. I didn't really know about it early on in my gardening existence, but now that I do, I really see the big difference. So one of the questions that I very often get, even before I became a master gardener, was, should I pinch my plants? And like, what does that mean? Why am I doing that? Is this a thing? 100% it's a thing. So I'm gonna answer that question today. Right now I'm driving down to turn on the water for the flower farm, and then I'm gonna go through. I might have forgotten my clippers. That's okay. I think there's some down there. Anyway, I'm gonna use some little clippers and I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna just pinch the tops of a bunch of stuff that's starting to bloom but really needs that pinching to make it bloom bigger. And so I thought, well, I'll explain ahead of time why that's necessary. Now, it's not necessary with every single plant, so make sure you look that up before you go about doing it. For the ones that I'm doing, it does help them all, so that's what I'm going to be after. The only ones that I've seen some contention on is the celosia, like the Chief's Mix. They're like, no, you don't pinch that. So that's the only one that's kind of in contention, but the rest of them I'm going to do Rudbeckias and, ooh, I think that was a stick. We did some work down here by the pump yesterday, so Mr. Hindy pushed with the tractor down the little road that I'm driving on, and so there might be a little bit of debris, if you will. We like to say that because it's funny. Anyway, let's see, let's go down this aisle here. Gonna turn on the pump real quick, and then I'm gonna turn this back on when I'm over at the flower farm, and we're gonna talk about the phrase of the day: apical dominance. Did I get that right? Yeah. Oh boy, I forgot it's really wet over here. Might have to back out. All right, so I've got that all turned on, and I'm down here at the flower farm, and I'm getting ready to give these a little snip. So this is the tool I'm going to be using. They're just a little pair of kind of intense little clipper scissors. You can use any cutting tool that you want, or some things you can really just pinch. It depends on how tender that plant is. So these, I feel like, will give me the best, cleanest cut, because I'm going to stick them in a cup of water. So I can make a little bouquet out of them, even if they're short little stems, because there's actually flowers I meant to pinch before now, so I'm a little late in the game. But I wanted to just real quick talk about why it's important. So there's a couple of little biological terms, nothing too sciencey. I'll try to keep it pretty light, but just so you understand clear what we're talking about. On these plants that I'm growing, so say for instance a Rudbeckia, it is setting up that central leader bud, or the apical meristem, and that stem itself, just like the top of a pine tree, that's going to be the very tip, what's called the apical meristem. It's telling everything below it not to grow so much, to just chill out. I'm going up, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. It thinks that that's its job. So with things like pinching for flowers, the annual flowers, or whatever you're trying to pinch, what you're doing is, if you've got, think of the central leader here, and there's two side shoots. A lot of them, zinnias, I think Rudbeckia, are one that's classic like that. In order to make these side shoots get activated, you're going to want to pinch that middle one, and then that will make continued branching. That's why they say just keep picking your flowers all season long. Go out, cut, because the more you cut, the more those the little why can't I say it right? I just said it. The little things at the base. I'm gonna sit here and think for a second. Shoots, burrs, buds. Oh, the dementia. I better get this all out before my brain is completely carried away. Anyway, the buds at that base then will be stimulated to create 2, sometimes more, but it'll create a bushier plant. Now it is heartbreaking because in the beginning you're like, oh, it's my first flower and I gotta cut it off. Or I mean, pitching this before it's even flowered. Heartbreak. Trust me, it makes such a huge difference that once you start doing it, you'll know you never ever can go back. So this time, because I waited a little longer, I'm gonna put some of them in water, then we'll have a cute little bouquet. But otherwise you should be probably doing it before then. There are lots of tutorials online for how to do it. I'm going to show you how I do it, which is kind of a, you know, just a grouping of all of the experience that I've had with it personally, plus the training I got as a master gardener. Basically I go 2 to 3 sets up and take the very tippy top. And depending on what it is too, like everything's variable based on variety. So let's go do some trimming and I'll show you exactly what I do. So what I'm trying to show here, I mean, I do love that these are here, but I want to encourage more growth. I believe these were already pinched. So yeah, way down here, there was a pinch. This pinch right at the tippy top when this plant was about yay big has led to all these offshoots. But now the more I trim these, so say if I take this and I trim right here at where these two become the Y, then you'll get more and more growth. So if you can do it early on, I don't know if I'd call it pinching, or at least, you know, pinch at the beginning, and then as you go, keep harvesting those flowers down as low as you feasibly can without like completely gutting the plant. So because this is where the Y is, let me show you. This here is where I pinched it before, and you can see it's got multiple branches that have come off. And then these are starting to get multiple branches. So I'm going to trim these back just to encourage more growth from that. And you see there's several varieties here. This pink, I think it's a cupcake. They're tiny and these get huge. These are huge cosmo plants. So I don't know what's going on with them specifically, but except for that, they are not in full sun all the time. So that might be it. I'm not sure. This is our experiment. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to thin all of those out and take those flowers off just to see if I can encourage them to make bigger, fluffier, better producing plants. You can see I'm going to pinch it right there. I was able to do it with my fingers because it's soft. It's a Cosmo. And then that will encourage it to split and grow bigger from there. This here is a good example. You can see it has these little guys down here, then another set, then another set. And then you have this set here with these active buds trying to do something about it. So I'm going to take this, and it's a kind of a choice. I think I'm going to go pinch it there. So that's 1, 2, 3 at the 4th set up. Just simply because it's about 4 inches from the top. So there's a bit of variation, and you know, there's different schools of thought. See, I got some zinnias here. I think these were pinched. So really, I'm just going to be harvesting them. This is a really weird double blossom. That's fun already. So I'm going to keep my eye on that. I'm pretty sure these are the bubblegum ones. Oh, they're so cute. I love that color. Mr. Hindy came down to fix the watering system because there was some blowout here. So he's here, and I thought I would have him hold while I show you the detailed shot. So I'm looking at this guy right here. I can count up small set, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets of true leaves. And you can see it's got a bud. We don't need all that. I usually go 1, 2, 3 sets. And if you see that right there, I'm gonna just clip that. So it is sad, that poor little guy's going away. But there, you'll see this has already got a side shoot trying to come up there. And there's also a bud way down, it's hard to see, way down in there. And that will activate now that I have removed that. So then I'll do the same thing with these guys over here. Let's count up from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm only going to go to probably here. That'll give it a nice strong base. That's a lot of flower to cut off at this point, but it is what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go here. I'm only going to go here because there's 2 pretty healthy shoots trying to come from that. That'll give it a pretty good base. This one, A, has a leaf hopper on it. See right there? Not my favorite. This is already trying to do a split. You know, both of these buds are starting to activate. So I'm just going to take this blossom, and that'll help that get bigger and stronger. This one looks like I had already pinched it, so I'm going to leave it. But this one needs to be trimmed. So there goes that one. I don't know what's going on. This really looks like something ate it. I've got lots and lots and lots of bugs this year. I don't know about anybody else, but lots and lots and lots of bugs. Let's do these ones over here. Looks like they had, oops, I stepped on a yarrow. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this little bit right there. There's really not much to that removal. Same with this one. And this one, I could probably just get my hands in there and pinch it like that. This one here, you can see I already pinched this at one point, or it had a blossom, but there's multiple cuts. So I don't really need to do anything with this one necessarily, but you can see this guy that's over here. There's kind of a cluster. It's got plenty. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of true leaves.
Those again?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of true leaves.
Sorry.
Oh my God, for real? So I usually do 3 to 4 sets of leaves. So 1, 2, 3. I would say for me, I would cut right here. But right. It kind of depends. Beep. Kind of depends. This one already had this little bud come in here, and it's real hard to see, but there's a little bud there. So then that will branch out and start again. So let's do this one last one here. I don't know if you can see that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets. So I might on this one pinch this inner bud just to show you that that can also be done. And that right there will stimulate the rest of it growing big. In fact, this one probably needs a little as well. So there you go. That's the total sum of pinching. All right, so I think I wrapped him for today. I hope that's helpful to you. I did say that Mr. Hendy is here, but he's lost behind my hat.
It's a beautiful hat.
It's a wild hat. I mean, I think it's meant to be for swimming, so you can bend it in all kinds of directions. That works. It's very sculptable.
It's perfect.
Perfect. Anyway, so thank you for joining us. I'm trying to get the shadows off my face. I don't think it's going to work because we're under this plum tree here. Oh, that's better. Oh, gosh, it's hot already.
Yeah. Why are we still doing
this? I'm sweating. I don't know.
I need 200 degrees.
Yep. So thanks for joining us. And now you know why you should pinch. Or if you should, hopefully. Watch us grow.
Watch us grow.